Good morning, children. This lesson is for class 7, subject biology, chapter number 6, nervous system of your textbook Concise Biology, Selena Publications. It is being submitted to you on 25th January 2021. In the last lesson, we have discussed the different parts of brain: cerebrum, cerebellum, and medulla oblongata and their functions. Today, we are going to discuss the functions of spinal cord, the peripheral nervous system, and the autonomic nervous system. Spinal cord is a long, narrow, cylindrical, cord-like structure. It extends from the medulla oblongata and runs down almost through the whole length of the backbone. It is protected by the vertebral column. The inner portion of the spinal cord is made up of cell bodies. It is called gray matter. The outer portion is made up of axons. It is called white matter. So, spinal cord is a long, narrow, cylindrical, cord-like structure which extends from the medulla oblongata and runs down almost to the whole length of the backbone. Spinal cord is well protected by the vertebral column. Now, let us discuss the functions of spinal cord. Number one, and the most important, spinal cord controls the reflex action below the neck. Now, what is a reflex? A reflex is an involuntary and nearly instant movement in response to a stimulus. For example, when we accidentally touch a hot utensil, we immediately move our hand away. The reflex is an involuntary and nearly instant movement in response to a stimulus. Next function of spinal cord is to carry messages from the skin in the form of electrical impulses and muscles to the brain. Then next function, to carry orders from the brain to muscles of the trunk and limbs. Now children, let us discuss the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system consists of the nerves passing to and from the central nervous system, reaching out to all parts of the body. The peripheral nervous system consists of two types of nerves, the cranial nerves and spinal nerves. Cranial nerves which emerge from the brain, and there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. The spinal nerves which emerge from the spinal cord, and there are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. The peripheral nervous system consisting of two types of nerves, the cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. The cranial nerves emerge from the brain. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. These nerves are basically sensory nerves which carry information from the sense organs such as eyes to the brain for vision. Similarly, auditory nerves from the ears to hear, olfactory nerves from the nose to smell. The spinal nerves emerge from the spinal cord. There are 31 pairs of spinal nerves. Each spinal nerve is a mixed nerve which consists of both sensory and motor nerve fibers. The sensory fibers carry messages from sense organs, for example, skin to the spinal cord or brain, while the motor fibers carry orders from brain or spinal cord to the effector organs such as a gland and a muscle. So, peripheral nervous system consisting of nerves, the cranial nerves emerging from the brain and spinal nerves which emerge from the spinal cord. And remember, number of cranial nerves 12 pairs and spinal nerves 31 pairs. Now children, autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system includes a chain of nerves and ganglia found on either side of the spinal cord. It controls the involuntary functions of the internal organs of the body. Remember, autonomic nervous system includes a chain of nerves and ganglia which are found on either side of the spinal cord, and it controls the involuntary functions of the internal organs of the body. This is not under our conscious control. It operates through two systems, sympathetic and parasympathetic systems. Sympathetic nervous system. It prepares the body for intense physical activity, commonly referred to as flight or fight response. Parasympathetic nervous system. It relaxes the body and slows down many functions that require more energy, commonly called rest and digest response. Both sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system control the same group of body functions, but they have opposite antagonistic effects on the functions they regulate. I repeat again, these systems control the same group of body functions, but they have opposite effects on the functions they regulate. Sympathetic nervous system prepares the body for intense physical activity, and parasympathetic nervous system relaxes the body and slows down many functions that require more energy. For example, the sympathetic nervous system increases heart rate, whereas parasympathetic nervous system relaxes it. Sympathetic nervous system stimulate release of glucose, whereas parasympathetic nervous system inhibits its release. Sympathetic nervous system inhibits digestion, whereas parasympathetic system stimulates digestion. So we can say that both these systems, they have opposite effects on the functions they regulate. Now children, let us recapitulate and revise the content of the chapter completed today with the help of the questions given below. Number 1. The number of spinal nerves. Number 2. The number of cranial nerves. Number 3. An action which occurs without our conscious choice or will. Number 4. An automatic action or instantaneous movement in response to a stimulus. Number 5. A long, thick bundle of nerves which extends from the medulla. Number 6. The control center of the body. Answers are 31 pairs. Number 2, 12 pairs. Number 3, involuntary action. Number 4, reflex action. Number 5, spinal cord. And number 6, brain. With this, I'm ending up today's interactive session. Kindly do questions 1, 2 and 3 of your textbook given on page number 63 and 64. Thank you, children.